Alright guys, welcome back to another video here. In this video, I want to make a countdown timer here that's going to appear in a text box here. So it's going to count down like 1.4 seconds and then 1.3 seconds. And it's going to count down in real time, okay? So first things first here, I'm going to right click here. I'm going to go to UI and I'm going to make a canvas. Canvas, cool. And let's make sure that's 1080p. Cool. And now let's go ahead on the canvas here. Let's go right click here and let's make a new text. Cool, looking good to me here. Let's make it basically the width of the canvas from here. I like it, and then we can bring it up there too. Let's go size, I don't know, 110. Centered. Let's make it bold and italic, and let's make it white so we can see it. Cool. I like it. All right, so this is basically a setup from here, okay? We don't need to do anything else from here. Now, what I want to do in my project here, I already have a script, but this script is basically empty from here. So at the very top here, I'm going to say using Unity engine.ui. Now there's a few different ways you might see people controlling time within their game here. Some people might use the update method. Personally, I prefer to use a coroutine, and this way it's kind of independent from, it's not independent completely from the update method here, but this way it's something you can control separately. You can call it start and stop when you want it to, okay? So what I'm going to do, let's first off here, let's declare a private enumerator, and let's just call this timer 1. Cool, and let's go and open this up from here. And what I want to do on a start method, I'm going to start to type out start and hit tab, and this way it auto completes here. I'm going to say start coroutine, and we're going to say timer 1 from there. Cool. And then a semicolon. All right. So when the script starts here, we're going to start this coroutine here, and then we're going to run through this coroutine. All right. So what I want to do here at the very top here is I'm going to declare a public float, and this is going to be our start time here. So let's go public float. And we're going to make this, let's make it a start time. And this is going to be equal to 30F, so 30 seconds. And then, it's looking good to me there. Let's also declare a public float, and let's call this timer, we call the script timer here, so I don't want to get too confused there, even though it's a capital T. Let's just call this timer, we have timer 1 right here, let's call it timer 2. Probably not the best nomenclature, but it works for right now, okay? So what I'm going to say is, first off here, I'm going to say timer 2, and we're going to set this equal to start time. And this way for resets here, we can kind of, if we need to call this coroutine again, we can call it again if we want to, right? If a player is running through a level and they don't have 30 seconds to get from point A to point B, we can reset them and we can restart this coroutine over and over again, all right? Now, if I do an if statement here, if I say, so like if timer 2 is greater than 0, well, we're going to take timer 2 and we're going to say minus equals time dot delta time. And if you're not familiar with delta time, that's the amount of time between a frame and another frame. So it's going to be a fraction of a second here, but it's the amount of time between one frame is called and then another frame is called there. So if we know that time, we can subtract that from this 30 seconds, whatever it is, and we can keep subtracting all the way through here. But if I just use this if method from here, because I don't want to keep counting down once it's past 0, this isn't going to work here because it's only going to go through one time here, and this coroutine is going to be done. So instead of an if here, I'm going to remove this if here, and I'm going to say while timer is greater than 0 here, I want you to keep subtracting time from this timer, from this value from here, okay? And then right down here, we're going to say yield return null, because we're not returning anything here, but since it's an enumerator here, it requires us to write this return statement, okay? And then what we're going to do here is let's just go ahead and debug.log, log, and we're going to say timer 2 from there. Cool. And let's go ahead and save this here. Let's go back to Unity. Now we need to drag this script onto something in scene here, else it won't be called. Let's go to canvas and let's drag this onto something right here. And let's actually just make this 5, this way we can see a little, we're not sitting here all day. Let's go to console, and let's go ahead and hit start. So you can see it's subtracting that time all the way down to 0. Now we do get 1 below 0, but that's okay, that's fine for us right now, okay? And you can see it counts down from 5 seconds here. If I run it again, you'll see the same thing happen again. Right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. So now the only thing left to do here is format this time here and put it into some type of text interface so that the user can see from here. Now I'm going to go ahead and say there's a lot of different ways you could do this here. You could say, like, 0 minutes and then 5 seconds left, like 00:05, and then count it down from there. You could say like 5s left here. That's going to depend on you here. We're just going to do one way for right now, okay? Let's go to our Visual Studio from here. Now, instead of just debugging this here, actually, let's go at the top here. Public variable of type text here, and we're going to call this, let's just call it time text. Cool. And then instead of printing it to the debug here, I'm going to say time text dot text equals timer2 and to string. Now this isn't going to look very good here. You're going to see why in a second here. I'm going to save this, and let's go back to Unity from here. And let's go ahead and hit play. And first off here, we need to drag our text onto the inspector. So now you can see it looks right here, but sometimes if it doesn't format properly, it looks a little bit weird here. We have all these trailing decimals. Really not the best thing to do here. So let's go ahead and stop this. Let's go back to Visual Studio here, and let's go ahead and format this a little bit better. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to say string, and let's just call this time string. And this is going to be equal to timer2 dot, and we're going to say toString, and we're going to pass in F2 from here. And what this is going to do is going to trim the trailing decimal, all this, doesn't show anymore there, but all that trailing decimal to just 2 places from there. And then instead of saying timer2.toString here, I'm just going to say time string. Cool. And let's save this, and let's go back to Unity now. We're saved. Cool. And now let's try again here. So now you see I only have 2 places of decimals there. Counts down to 0, and then if you want to have something happen after it hits 0 here, you could definitely include that in your script from there, okay? And just so you guys can see here, if I put this to F1, back to Unity here, and then we hit play, you can see it now has 1 decimal, okay? So if you guys enjoyed, if you guys learned something, be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment down below. If you guys really enjoyed it here, I do offer some Udemy courses. Be sure to check them out. And then other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys next time.